Hi everybody, welcome to Eve Hallow's Dead and Breakfast. I'm Eve Hallow's assistant. As you may or may not know, Eve Hallows is not a morning person, so she takes care of all of our guests at night, but she has to have somebody take care of the Dead and Breakfast during the day, so here I am. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the inspiration behind this video for making this paper tree. As you can see, it has a jack-o'-lantern on the top. It's black, has an orange base, purple and orange lights. And Eve had sent me to Michael's to check out the latest Halloween decor. And when I was in Michael's, I saw something very similar to this little cutie. It was ceramic though, and it was very cute, about this size. But oh my goodness, the thing was $60. And here at the Dead and Breakfast, we are trying to show you how to decorate your home, your own Dead and Breakfast for Halloween. On a budget, you know, using your own crafting skills. And sometimes we do show videos showing where you can buy things, purchase things to decorate your home. But we do like to make things. So that's the inspiration for this video, is going to Michael's and seeing something similar to this. And it was $60. And we have a Cricut machine, a file cutting, paper cutting machine, and we have a file that we purchased. It's this Christmas tree, and I'll be sharing the links down below in the description, and you can purchase that file yourself if you have a paper cutting machine. And we thought, why not? We'll try it, and I think we're pleased, and we'll show you the video that shows the process of how we made this tree. So thanks for watching. Be sure to click like and share the video, and visit all of our social media website and links. Thanks for watching. The supplies for the Halloween tree are as follows. You'll need 10 pieces of black cardstock, 1 piece of Halloween themed paper, about this size works for the trim on the base. You'll need 3 pieces of orange for the base. This was out of this Tim Holtz Ideology book of cardstock, which I'll provide the link to. You'll need at least 1 piece of paper, and this is just regular paper, it's not cardstock, and I purchased this at a craft store. You'll need glue. You'll need either, I'm going to try this LED candle, but the directions call for this kind of a light. And you'll need orange and purple plastic lights to fit in the tree. And I had these left over. I'm going to use them on decorations around the tree. I might try putting on top of the tree. I don't know, it might be too big. You'll also need some sort of a cutting machine, like a Cricut or a Silhouette. I have a Cricut machine. And you'll need to purchase the file from SVG Cuts. Now this is for the Heirloom Christmas tree, and I'll provide the link where you can purchase it. It's by Mary Bonk, and she also has a more detailed video showing how you're going to put this tree together, so I'm going to provide that link as well. She has a very detailed directions. These are great files if you have a cutting machine and you want to purchase some files. There's 4 sheets. She shows you what is in each zipped file. Like this is the this is part of the base. This is the tree. This comes with the star, which we're not going to use for this Halloween tree. But this sheet is very handy because it shows you how to actually fold the tree. The red lines are mountain folds, which are out, and the yellow folds are valley folds, which are in. And you would do this for each one of the tree pieces. And then the last sheet shows what you need for the base. These are the panels, and this is part of the base. And these holes here are for the light plug for this kind of a light, and you do wind up having to cut it to make it a little wider to fit the plug in. But you can use other kinds of lights like battery operated LED lights. You just want to make sure that the bulb isn't too hot because you don't want to burn the paper. So here we've cut out all the pieces of the tree. This large piece and this smaller piece make up the tree. These make up part of the base of the tree. These are the base that the tree sits on. This is part of the base here and here where the light plug goes through. This is part of the base, and all these pieces are part of the base. There's a lot of pieces, but if you follow it step by step, it's really not that difficult to do. You can complete this project and have it looking really good. Okay, so the first step is to fold all the pieces that have these little lines in them. And for the base part, it's pretty easy. They're all mountain folds, which means this is up. You see the crease up. But for the tree part, we have a mixture of them. And so this here would be an example of a mountain fold, another mountain fold, and that is a valley fold. And we folded that exactly like the diagram here in the directions of the sheet that comes with the file when you purchase it. The next step we're going to do is, and I'm not going to show this, again you can watch her video and I'll have the link. We're going to be gluing these pieces together. This piece has certain pieces that will be glued, and then this piece will be glued onto this piece. And once we've completed that process all the way down, then we will begin to glue each one of these pieces to each other. And I'll show you a couple steps of what I'm doing. But again, you can follow her YouTube video for more detailed information about how to glue this project together. And keep in mind, this is not a project that you're going to, all of a sudden decide you're going to do and finish in an hour. It takes time, especially if you just purchase the file. It takes time to purchase it, download it, then upload it into whatever cutting file software you have, and then import it in. You've imported it in, and then you have to make sure that all these score lines are attached. That takes some time before you actually print it out. And then once it's printed out, then you're folding it. You got to take it off of the mats and you're folding it. And it takes a while for gluing. So make sure you set aside a couple of days. Don't be in a hurry and think, oh, I have to hurry and do this, you know, in 2 hours and get this out the door, because you won't be happy with the results. So make sure you set enough time aside to do this project where you're doing it and you're enjoying it, and it looks good and you feel good about the project. Okay, so I've glued all 8 tree pieces individually, and the portions that we glued to themselves were the ones that had the big circle. That's where the lights are going to go. We also glued the top of the tree. There was only one piece to glue on that one, and I'll be gluing that to the top. And then once that's done, then each one of these will be glued around to make the tree. And then I've already glued the base of the Christmas tree, and I'll be gluing the decorative piece here. And you'll notice this is sort of a rhombus shape. It's not completely square. This one is smaller than this side. So I'll be sure to be careful to glue the piece that goes on here, making sure that the short side is here and the long side is here. Okay, so here we have all 8 sides of the tree, the bottom and the top, glued on. This is where we glued the top onto the bottom. Right here, we meshed these 2 holes onto this top piece. And there's a piece underneath here, under the bottom here, that we glued underneath, and that's what's holding the top part to the bottom. And okay, so here we have all 8 pieces, bottom glued to the top, and right here is where we glued the bottom to the top. Where these 2 holes are, we met the 2 holes on the bottom to the 2 holes on the top. And underneath here, there's a tab here that's folded, and we glued it, and that's what's holding it together. So now we're going to be gluing each one of these together, and that's a little tricky. So you want to take your time, don't rush. You want to enjoy the process. Okay, so here are the 8 pieces that are now 4. So we glued 2 together for this one, and that one, and that one, and that one. I will say it's kind of a messy glue job. I am not a neat gluer. But you want to make sure you get glue on both the front and on all the underside pieces. Now I can say it's a good thing this isn't cream colored paper like she suggests for the Christmas tree, or vellum, because you would see sloppy glue all over the place. It's a good thing this is dark paper, but I think it's still going to look very good. The next step is to connect these 2 and then these 2, and then we will connect those pieces together for the complete tree. So here's the tree all glued together except for one side. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit before I glue this side to that side. This is a little tricky, trying to get the tabs that are inside glued. So you just want to take your time and, you know, don't rush. So here you'll see our tree is completely glued all the way around. It looks pretty cute. These big holes here are for these colored lights. Now, in the directions in her video, she says to put the lights in first while the bottom is unfinished. That way you can, you know, stick your arm in there and move things around. But my experience with both trees now that I've done is those lights fall out because the holes are kind of big, and I didn't glue them. I didn't want to glue them. So I'm going to go ahead and put the base on to the tree first before I put the lights on. Okay, so here we have the base glued on, and now we're going to put the little plastic lights in the tree. So here's the tree with all the little orange and purple lights. Looks pretty cute. Now for the top, I'm going to put this pumpkin on top, I think, like the tree topper. I made a hole in the bottom, I cut a hole in the bottom, and it'll fit on the top. It's not too heavy for the tree. But I need to paint it orange before I set it on there permanently. I think it's gonna be pretty cute. Now I have to do the base that the light sits in. So this is what the base of the little Halloween Christmas tree light looks like. As you can see, we've glued the base together. We have the light that we put in, and it comes out the back. And we actually cut a hole here, cut it so we could feed the cord through before we glued it in. And now we're going to do the smaller piece that goes on top. We've put the upper portion on the base for the candle on. We put it together and we glued it onto the smaller portion of the base. And we're ready now to put the Halloween tree on it and turn the lights on and see how it looks. Here it is, our lighted Halloween tree. I think it's absolutely adorable, so pretty. The purple and the orange lights look so awesome, and you can see the design shows through the light and goes off on the wall. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you make yourself one for your Halloween festivities. I hope this has helped you figure out ways to decorate your Dead and Breakfast. Eve Hallows Dead and Breakfast.